Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Storm IT, your technology company based in Silicon Valley, just between Barnet Odeon and Sainsbury's East Barnet. There has been a shift. There's been a massive shift, and potentially the mighty Apple's grip on the world of technology has loosened. Obviously, since the Samsung Galaxy S3 has knocked the iPhone off the podium of being the most popular smartphone on the planet, and the fact that Apple last week released the mini iPad in direct competition with the Nexus 7 means for once they're actually chasing the competition as opposed to being pioneers in a sector that they invented. So it's a very, very interesting time. Potentially the world is getting bored of Apple. But what that means for us consumers is it's a very, very exciting time, because there'll be a lot more products coming onto the market for us to spend our money on and us to play with. Which leads us nicely on to the Microsoft Surface. We're not here to talk about that. So, the Surface, very, very interesting. Obviously the most exciting product Microsoft have released in 10 years, and let's face it, it's not very difficult. But Microsoft kind of lost their way. Their why a few years ago was to put a PC on every desk on the planet, and in every home in the planet, which they achieved. And then after that, they really lost their way in terms of why they were here, you know, what their goal was as a technology company, which allowed companies such as Apple, Samsung and Google to move into the market with newer, more innovative products, and really left Microsoft, you know, on the shelf as the granddad of technology. However, now they've just released the Surface, eagerly awaited. As I said, the most exciting thing they've done in 10 years, and very, very, very impressed potentially, very excited. Something a little bit new from Microsoft. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it, we'll have a play around with it, and we'll see what the general consensus is. Okay, so here we are, Microsoft Surface, potentially very poor name. But then again, what does the kinetic mean? And obviously Microsoft responsible for Windows ME, which was named after a disease. So let's have a look at it. Funnily enough, the first thing that hits you when you take it out of the box is quality. And they've obviously been taking notes from Apple, because it does feel like quality. Let's put this down. And when you open up the box, you can see everything's wrapped up in a way that your iPod or your iPhone would be. So they've definitely been taking notes of the once mighty Apple. Also in the box is adapter, plug and instructions, which we won't need for the purpose of this exercise. And also included in this model, which is the 64GB model, Wi-Fi only, Windows RT model, is a black keyboard. Other colours are available. Okay, so there's your kickstand, which means it can stand up quite easily. And what instantly, my instant feeling about it is it feels like a laptop. It feels like I could actually do my work on this in my office, which is something that you've never felt with an Apple iPad. It's always been a bit of a luxury device, it's been a domestic device, but this actually feels like I could do my work on it, probably due to the fact that it has got a keyboard on, which is very easily snap on and snap offable, if there's such a word. There is also a software keyboard if you don't want to use the keyboard. This version is Windows RT, which is designed similarly like an iOS operating system, so it's very app-based. So obviously Windows are pushing, Microsoft are pushing the app purchase, because obviously that's where the market is, to continually get money off of your customers, you know, even if it is 69p here or there. And also what strikes me is the fact that it feels very good quality, and it's something you don't really expect from Microsoft. What else I like about the RT version of this is that it comes with Microsoft Word 2013, PowerPoint, OneNote and Excel, which means it will synchronise with all your Office files. Another thing that Microsoft have been able to do quite well is synchronicity. Where I feel Apple lets itself down is if you've got an iPhone or an iMac and an iPad, It will synchronise the apps, but it's quite clunky. It isn't seamless. You don't know if you've got apps on, your iDrive. You don't know if you've got apps on particular devices. And in terms of synchronising documents, it's always been quite difficult. What Microsoft have cleverly done here, if you have a Microsoft phone, if you have the Surface, if you have a Windows 8 on your system, whatever you do on this system, it will duplicate on any device. So they've got this new tile feature, which is just like the apps on an iPad, and whatever you do on your tiles, it will duplicate throughout each device. So I think the tiles are quite nice. Again, it's something very sexy from Microsoft, which we haven't seen. It is a bit of a nick from, to want of a better expression, from Apple, but again, there's been a lot of toing and froing between each company over the last 20 years in terms of ideas. Okay, this particular version, the Windows RT version, has a 10.6 inch clear screen, high definition screen. It's got a 720 front and rear facing camera. It's got a battery life of about 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours, which again is in line with the iPad. USB 2, micro SD card reader, headphone jack reader, and a HD video out port. Obviously an on-clip keyboard and a software keyboard, and all the gubbins really you would expect from a tablet device. Okay, negatives. Or let's talk more about the positives. Actually, I like the kickstand. I like the fact that you can have a stand up. You can stand it up. You can use it as a picture frame if you wanted to. If I want to type without the keyboard, I can use a software keyboard. That I like. The screen is very, very clear. Crystal clear, to be honest with you, high definition, and once you look at the YouTube videos and graphics on this, it does look very nice. Things I don't like about it, obviously the way it looks. It isn't the best looking device. It's quite thick, it's heavier than I thought it would be. The sound on it isn't great. I don't know where the speakers are, whether they're at the bottom or the side, but listening to something recently, the sound wasn't great on full volume. The keyboard, a nice idea, but again you have to get used to the amount of pressure you need to put on each key, so sometimes you miss the odd keystroke if you're typing quite quickly, which is something probably quite simple to get used to. But overall, and for a first incantation, I think it's a good device from Microsoft, and I think that actually it's a sign of things to come from Microsoft, and I think they will gain a lot of fans back into the market, younger fans who are obviously used to Apple, used to Android, used to Samsung, who possibly haven't had a lot of exposure to Microsoft products other than PCs they may use at school or at home. So overall, I think it's a very good first attempt from Microsoft to enter into the tablet arena. I think it's a very good incantation of an initial Microsoft tablet. There will be developments in the Surface 2.0 and beyond. I think it will get thinner. I think it will get lighter, just like Apple's products have done. The synchronicity, I think, is a massive plus, and the fact you will be able to use it with all your Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook programs that we're all used to, we all know and love. Even on Apple devices, we can use Office applications. So I think it wins on that front, and I think it's quite exciting for Microsoft. And I think it's only just the start of where they're going as a company. So very interesting. If you want to come and have a look at one, please come down to the office. If you need any setup for your home or office, come and give us a call. We're here, we've got a few in stock, and we can help you set them up. So Storm IT, do great IT. Thanks for watching.